Hi traders, my name is Duncan Cooper and I'm a Senior Market Strategist and Trading Manager at ACY Securities. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the key trading levels for the week ahead for the pairs the Australian dollar to the Japanese yen, the Australian dollar to the US dollar, the euro to the Japanese yen, the euro to the US dollar, the pound to the Japanese yen and the pound to the US dollar. So let's get into the first pair. Hi traders, hope you've had a great trading week. I'm just on the Aussie Yen daily chart. Now I've got my monthly, weekly, daily levels drawn in. I'm just going to reference the ones closest to price action, but all my levels are in the description below. So last week we actually moved above weekly resistance at 94.31, but had a very negative Friday and we couldn't hold above. 94.31 couldn't be support, and we've collapsed all the way down to day support at 93.07, closing slightly below that at 9300. So at the start of the week, the question will be, does that very strong Friday decline just continue down to break through day support levels? And do we continue down through the week to test monthly support at 90.72? Now, we could obviously find support and come up and re-challenge and retest daily levels of resistance here at 93.85, 94.15, and also come up and re-challenge weekly resistance. If they get challenged, they could fail for price action to put in a lower top for the decline. Alright, so Friday, a very strong decline back below that weekly level at 94.31. It couldn't hold as support. That's very negative. Are we going to see a decline down next week? So those are the levels that I'm watching on the Aussie Yen. Okay traders, onto the Aussie US dollar daily chart. Now last week we had a complete failure when we rallied back up to 74.56 on Wednesday. That held as beautiful resistance, and Thursday declined. Friday was a really strong decline below a weekly support at 73.14. So the question at the start of the week is this a bit oversold? Can it rally back up? Does 73.14 now become resistance for then a move down to challenge 71.65 daily support? Or do we just decline down to daily support and then the market will ask the question, does that level hold for maybe a bounce, before then maybe offering a breakthrough? This pair is very negative at the moment, so looking for opportunities to sell. Ideally, it would be great if it could rally back to 73.14, hold and fail, but the market might not give that. So still looking for an opportunity to sell a rally. Will we get a bounce at 71.65, which gives you an opportunity to sell higher up for the next decline? Alright, so watching 73.14 and 71.65 on the Aussie US dollar. Alright, moving on to the Euro Yen. This was the only pair out of the sticks I'm reviewing that managed to hold a gain last week. And we broke above 137.49 monthly resistance. And this is 137.52 weekly resistance here as well. So it was putting in a lower top, and then it broke above, came up and challenge 138.99. It's a weekly resistance level. If you go to your weekly chart and squash it in, you'll find it. And then for 3 days we've held there. So I'm anticipating in the short term we may well move back down to retest 137.52 on 137.49. That's the weekly monthly support area. Does that pullback hold for a re-challenge at that level, or with some of the other pairs that are very weak, are we going to see a pullback within the range or the previous advance that we've just been having here? So do these support levels hold if we do pull back, or is this going to decline down like some of the other pairs like the Aussie Yen? So levels to watch on a pullback would be 137.52 to 137.49. Weekly monthly support area, does that level hold for a further move up to retest once again 138.99 weekly resistance? Alright traders, on to Euro US dollar. Now last week we actually had a rally and we put in a higher bottom to a higher top, but we failed on the rally at 10900 to 109.23 and managed to close below weekly support at 108.06. So the question is, with this higher bottom, higher top formation on the day chart, are we going to move back up again to retest the resistance area, or have we already failed? So price might come back up, give you an opportunity to maybe once more look for a failure in this resistance area on the day chart between 10900 and 109.61. If it gets back up there, I'm going to look for an opportunity and a failure there. Price might not rally though, so if it doesn't, then we're just waiting to see if price can start to break below daily support at 107.57, and can it challenge weekly support at 107.27. Now, this isn't a great area to be selling in. I'd much prefer to look for a rally and an opportunity to trade down. So we'll just have to wait and see what price action presents next week. Alright, on to the pound Japanese yen. Now, very negative Friday after the poor retail sales. So last week we were starting above 164.64 daily support. That held, and we came up and rejected 168.01 monthly resistance. Heavy sell-off on Friday, back down to the same level of 164.64. So at the start of the week, the question will be, does this hold a support? It might hold a support to come up and put in a lower top, or it might continue up and have another re-challenge of 168.01. We'll just have to monitor. But what I'll be looking for is if we break below 164.64, 163.87 is monthly support, 163.06 is monthly support too. Do we get a bounce, and do we come back up and retest 164.64, and does that become an area where the market can put in a lower top for a decline back down this way? Alright, so the question will certainly be at the start of the week. The key level to watch is 164.64. Does that hold a support once more, or does it break and then become new resistance for the market to trade down from? Okay, so watch 164.64 at the start of next week for the pound Japanese yen. Alright traders, last pair to review for the weekend, pound US dollar. Now, for the most of the week we held above 130.100, this weekly support level, possibly forming here an inverted head and shoulder pattern, but poor retail sales on Friday, we just sliced straight through 130.100 support on Friday, and we actually closed below 128.54 weekly support. That was my long-term target. Still thinking 128.54 may well be support. We only closed here one day below, so we might see at the start of the week that price wants to come back up. There was a big drop Friday, so we might reclaim some of that. Can price come back up and retest 129.73 daily resistance, or 130.100 now weekly resistance? Will it come back up and give us a nice failure there for then the next decline to maybe then break and hold below 128.54? The next weekly support level on the horizon is 128.13. Now of course it might not offer that rally. Price may just want to break on Monday further down and below 128.13, or at least test it, then come back up. 128.54 might become new resistance for then a further move down. So do we get a relief rally back up to daily weekly resistance, or does the decline just continue through the course of next week? Alright, that's what I'm looking for on the pound dollar during the course of next week. Okay traders, that's my analysis for today. If you want to keep up to date with my analysis, simply subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you next time. Now if you'd like to follow my Forex trading analysis throughout the week, why not subscribe to the ACY Securities live interactive trading feed Telegram channel. Simply contact Nathan Bray at acy.com to get access.